Greetings, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the Mythic Legionnaire and Casual Collector. And in this segment of Mythic Legions Reviews and Showcasing, I'm showcasing Mythic Legions Vallak from the Illithia's brood line, I believe. Yes, and here he is in the package. Vallak, stealthy, nimble, and cunning. Vallak, the tracker of the white spine, is often an early omen of impending doom. The first to scout out enemy territory, Vallak relies on his falcon Cinder to serve as an additional set of eyes and ears in the wild. With the return of Illythia, it is Vallak's mission to infiltrate the kingdom of Xylonia and to carve a clear path to Castle Silverhorn in hopes it will lead to its eventual conquest. So yeah, I wasn't going to pick this guy up. He wasn't in my wheelhouse originally, but, but, uh, ever respect something so much that you end up something else so much that somehow by proxy you end up getting some, you weren't planning on. Well, what had happened was, I saw the kit for his Max Bird kit with the cloak. It looked so good that I was thinking to myself, you know what? I think I like how dapper he looks in that. So I figured, all right, well, here we go. And that's what happened. And I saw the kit. I was like, I think I like this guy. So anywho, yeah, that kit's coming, and I'm going to do a video on that if and when it actually comes. I'm hoping it does. I paid a high tax. Well, not super high, but I've seen it higher. But this is still a pretty high tax. I'd say it's $15 above MSRP. I'd say maybe the manual, how much it would normally cost. And yeah, here we go. Comes with a bird. His bird is looks like a Valiant sword, bow kit, and an arrow. And one single two pauldrons. Pauldrons. Here we go. Alright. Yeah, we could get rid of this gel on your nail. Yeah, here we go. Does he have a belt somewhere? Okay, so he does have a... Okay. So yeah, I guess the forest guys versus the forest guys. Because Xylonia's people are the forest people. The woods. Ooh. I know, guys. Sorry about that. Just kind of doing it so you guys can understand, for you newcomers, the experience you will have to experience when dealing with trying to open these thingies. Right, yeah. Plot twists and turns. Okay, here we go. And here we go. Yeah. So it looks like he uses well, he was first. So he looks like he uses Cosmic Legion's Fisher Rice's top and bottom without the stripes, though, as far as the hips thing. So that's actually kind of cool. Here's his soft goods right here. I don't think I've ever encountered one of these before where it has like a 4 holes. I'm not quite sure how it's supposed to look now that I see it that way. Comes with a belt, and I think that this is supposed to come here somehow, some way. I don't know. He's missing uh, one of those standard. They always come with these gosh dang leather belts, but I guess in this case not. Uh, yeah, that's weird. I'm imagining this got to go hang out here somewhere, right? There's got to be a slot for it. But yeah, there you go. I guess it would make sense. He's got his bow, kind of cool black shiny bow. With a loose arrow. All right, so I guess it's time to put on his pauldrons, but you can't do it without putting his thing first. I think his cloak is supposed to be done a certain way, but again, since I don't know for sure how to do it, let me okay, I'm thinking it's there because it's supposed to be one of those situations where you do a double, I'd say. I'm thinking, right? Like folding it in like this. Hmm. All right. Well, let me try putting on the pauldron and see what happens from there. We're gonna experiment because I'm sure I gotta watch an instruction, someone else's instructional video on this. Because I'm thinking that it was supposed to be a cape that goes that covers one side. At least that's the way it was. I'd seen it in the pictures, right? So okay, so we'll get this side clamped down, and like a Greek or Roman legionnaire kind of situation. You know what? I'm gonna heat this up real quick, folks. Sorry about that. Well, I think I failed. I'm not sure what I did here. I do know that one side is definitely not as thing as the other. Hang on, let me take his. Yeah. I just try to put all of these in one hole because I was trying to find a way to make it lean this way. Not sure how to approach this if we're trying to go for that Roman esque, look, right? Like, how do you got to find a way to make these holes matter, right? So, okay, you could fold it that way and then wrap it around again and have it fold that way, and then just find a way to make the holes all go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Uh, Shoot, because all right, so I make this touch, but then where does this leave this other hole? You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of confused. So in the search, you're trying to figure out how the holes are configured. Just kind of experimenting, but I'm thinking that with the logic behind this, we're trying to get all holes filled. Oh Lord, I don't know if that sounded right. What you get the picture, folks. I'm trying to get it so that all the holes are filled. At least that's how it kind of would make sense, right? Like the idea. So I got. Yeah, I'm failing. Just total fail. Yeah, don't well, that is at least it's showing one side heavy, and this one, well, hmm, I'll watch somebody else's instructions so the thumbnail will show a better configured version. But until then, this is me raw without having no reviews, watched anybody else's reviews, failing at this, right? But you know what? It's really not that bad of a look. He seems more slim than the others. It's because the cape is the soft goods cape makes it seem so much more slim. There's no wires, so it just kind of droops down, kind of cool. I guess in this case it makes sense because he's got a bow and arrow or bow that he can ill afford to have a bunch of things in the way of, since it's all so wieldy. Oh gosh! All right, I'm going to assume he's right-handed. Yeah, just shiny hands, very slick, which is good, at least for me. Hang on. Okay, get down. There you go. This is where the arrow would knock. I think I got this bow upside down. The arrow's supposed to be on top. Hmm. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Yep. So that's sucks. It keeps falling out of its slot here. Okay. All right. Well, it's a great look, I'd say. That's the good news. Um, he's got good feet. I like his dark themed everything. It's a win. Like, even if I didn't want to go with this, I could easily switch his head off with a gunmetal knight. That's the awesome thing, right? And he's got his falcon. I don't know if I want to display him with it, but for the purposes of this video, you guys got to be able to see if it works or not, right? Because like I don't imagine a vampire-looking character ever really needing a bird. You know what I'm saying? I'm experiencing cognitive dissonance with it. You know what I mean? So, all right, I'm gonna pause this. All right, after having warmed it up, I took off the hands and then put the falcon on his arm so that he can talk to him at any given time. It's a bird, bro. Oh, caw. Yeah, caw. Yeah, kind of cool. I'm not sure where this would go though, because he doesn't really seem to have any more gear for it. No extra belt or anything. Well, the good news is I got so many of those extra belts. I can easily give him. Uh, I could just easily put one on him so he can have it, you know, dangling somewhere. But yeah, here. But or I can just wait and buy the newer belts. That's which would make more sense because those things look better and more suited for this. So yeah. Um, Final thoughts on this. It's a good look. I love the purple black combination, and I can't wait to get the kit to make a better, so I could show off a better look. A more impressive look. While there's nothing wrong with the basic, look. Your boy Coco is just on this kind of tear when it comes to putting on third party gear on people on things. I just feel compelled to do so. But yeah, that was my main motivation to get this. And when the gear comes, I can't wait to do the video so that you guys can see what it was that got me so hyped up about it. But and whether or not it will live up to the high expectations I got. Well, not really high, but the that I have in my mind for something like that. Okay. Yeah, it's a good look. It's a doggone great look. Uh, yeah, and like I said, the good news is because of if you're doing color congruency, if you just wanted to switch off the head on this for that, you could, or any other gunmetal knight situations because you know color is just dark enough to match. You know what I mean? So, all right, folks. Well, that is all I got for this segment of um, Mythic Legion's reviews and showcasing. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the casual collector and Mythic Legionnaire. And until the next video, folks, ciao.